Hello, my name's Liz, and in this lesson I would like to look at the topic of education, and specifically at single-sex schools and mixed schools. This is a common topic for IELTS Writing Task 2 and also for IELTS Speaking Part 3. So we're going to look at the advantages of single-sex schools and some advantages of mixed schools so that you can get lots of ideas and useful vocabulary. Now, before we look at all the advantages, let's just have a look at the meaning of these. Now, single-sex schools are schools where boys and girls are taught separately. So that means you've got a school for girls and you have a school for boys. They're not joined. Another name for this is single-gender schools. So that's another paraphrase. And mixed schools are where you've got boys and girls studying together in the same classroom, in the same school. And another name for this is co-educational schools. That's a T there. Co-educational schools or same-sex schools. So that's the meaning. Let's have a look at some advantages first to single-sex schools. Here we have lots of benefits of single-sex education. Let's have a look at the first one. Now, the first one is that girls can easily be intimidated when they learn together with boys in a mixed school. And of course, single-sex education avoids this problem. When girls feel intimidated, it means they feel uncomfortable learning next to boys. So having a school where it's only girls learning together provides a more comfortable learning environment. And as a result, this means that girls often progress and develop quicker because they feel so comfortable in their learning environment. The next point is that girls learn faster than boys. So boys and girls do not learn at the same speed. And so when you have a single-sex school, the speed of learning can be adapted so that it is appropriate for the learner. So this means that if you have a school which is all boys, you can learn at the right speed for boys. And with girls, you learn at a faster pace to keep them interested and motivated. So that's a very important point. The next one is teenage hormones. So as children grow up and become teenagers, they develop hormones. And in a mixed school, this can be problematic because it can lead to early relationships, which I am sure all parents want to avoid. So in single-sex schools, there is less chance of teenage hormones being a problem, and there is less opportunity, no opportunity to develop early relationships. The next point is there is less discipline issues in a single-sex school. When you have boys and girls learning together, you often have friction between the two genders. And this can lead to a lot of bad behaviour in the classroom, lots of discipline problems. So single-sex schools avoid these problems. And that means that the time in the classroom is used more effectively because the teacher doesn't need to spend so much time disciplining the children and can use the time to teach. And the last point here, lessons can be adapted to learner needs. Not only learner needs, but also learner interests. Boys and girls have different needs and they have different interests. So when you have a single gender school, it means that all the lessons can be changed and adapted to suit the learner. And of course, this means they will learn better and quicker, and the lessons will be more interesting. So lots of advantages to single-sex education. Now let's have a look at the other side, and we'll look at the advantages of mixed schools and the advantages to having co-educational schools. The first one is that having boys and girls together in the same classroom creates competition between the genders. So it creates a competitive learning environment. And as a result, this means that both the girls and the boys are more driven. They're more motivated to compete and succeed against each other. This can often mean better results. Another point is that having boys and girls together in the same classroom, doing the same projects together, means that they can develop team working skills with the opposite sex. This is an opportunity that is completely lacking in single-sex education. And of course, the reason that this is so important is because it mirrors the real world. And that means it provides opportunities to build skills working together, which they do need to have for a good future in the real world. So all jobs these days usually require good team working skills. So mixed schools do provide good opportunities for that. Another positive point is that communication and understanding between the genders has a chance to happen in a mixed school. In single-sex schools, not only do they not develop team working skills, but they don't have a chance to even understand and communicate with the opposite sex. So that's another good plus point. Another advantage is that girls and boys view things differently. This means they have different perspectives on life. And of course, this can be very useful because it means that boys and girls can benefit and learn from each other, learn from seeing the world in a different light, from different perspectives. So lots of advantages of single-sex education and advantages for mixed schools. Please review the video, try to learn some of the vocabulary and practice using it. Well, that's all for this lesson. I will see you again in another IELTS lesson.